The only people who don't want to disclose the truth are people with something to hide.
Give Roger a call at 1-877-84-ROGER. The Roger Hedgecock Show starts now.
All aboard the night train.
Welcome aboard. Glad you're there. Let's go to Neil next. Neil, welcome to the program. Hi.
Hi there. Hey, I'm calling from your own home state of San Diego.
Thank you.
Hometown.
Yeah, hometown. We're not a state yet, but we're going to secede one of these days.
We're in quite a state here.
Yes, we are.
You made some comments about all this stuff missing from Obama's record.
Yeah.
Nobody can find them. I'm sure you're aware that on 26 January, next Thursday, this coming Thursday, there will be a hearing in Atlanta, Georgia, where all of this will come out. Judge Mahaley has issued subpoenas for all these records that you ask about. You aware of this?
Yes, I am, and I'm not sure that this local judge is going to get any farther than anybody else has. But yeah, she said he has to appear, and or send someone in representing him to present those records. It's going to be interesting to see what happens.
Well, here's the interesting part. It's going to be streamed live, gavel to gavel, so people all across the country will be able to see it.
Where can we see it?
But it won't make any difference whether he's there or not, because evidence will be presented of why he didn't have any records at Columbia. And all that judge has to rule is that he has not proven that he's a natural-born citizen, and therefore he recommends that his name not go on the ballot in Georgia. And then the Secretary of State can just step up and say, well, I can't put his name on the ballot because he can't prove that he's constitutionally eligible to be a candidate. So you see, this subpoena is not calling for President Obama to show up. It's calling for candidate Obama.
Right,
so he's
I understand.
acting just like any other citizen, and he has no particular rights because he is occupying that Oval Office.
Let me ask you, Neil, where can we go and watch this thing? You said it was gavel to gavel. Where's that?
If you go to the coverage, it's called Article 2, the number 2. I'll tell you the other one will get it. tpath.org, tpath.org.
tpath.org. All right, well, I'm going to take a look at that. When is this hearing?
It's Thursday, 9 a.m. Eastern Time.
Right.
And it's going to be quite a scene. There's a
I bet
state
it is.
representative, Mark Hatfield, is holding one of the 3 cases that are being presented, and the evidence is shocking. I'm going to tell you why there's no record of him at Columbia.
Yeah, why?
He never was there. We researched all the records. We researched the yearbooks and discovered that he wasn't. Wayne Allen Root even testified at this hearing in writing that he never met him there, never saw him there.
Yeah, I was talking about that earlier.
Yeah, so the question comes, why doesn't the media investigate it? You're the media, Roger. You should get that out there, get the word out, and start demanding.
I'm the media. Well, that's why I'm talking about it. I mean, I think I've finally come to the conclusion that, look, while we're thrashing through all of the real or fictional pasts of our presidential candidates on the Republican side, it strikes me as an interesting contrast that we don't know a single thing about the incumbent. So that's why I raised it today.
Yeah, when they did that for John McCain, they had Senate Resolution 511 that determined that McCain was a natural-born citizen because both his parents were citizens.
Right.
And one of the guys sitting on that committee that made that ruling, well, of course, was Obama, sitting there with not both his parents being citizens. So, in effect, he has declared himself not a natural-born citizen, and he has, in fact, declared himself as not being eligible to be a candidate for president. So
it'd be interesting to get his reaction to that. Where the hell are the reporters on all this?
Oh, I tell you, this cover-up is so deep and so far that I want to make my final comment about people being called birthers.
Yeah.
Now, anybody who's called a birther is somebody who's interested in supporting the Constitution, and they are concerned with Article 2, Section 1, that says no person except a natural-born citizen shall be eligible for the office of presidency. And therefore, anybody who says someone who uses the pejorative to describe somebody who's interested in upholding the Constitution must be a betrayer of that very same Constitution. So
well, I don't come to, look, I don't come to that conclusion, Neil. I've been impressed by the fact that he probably was born in Honolulu, because they've got that birth announcement from the Honolulu newspaper, in the week that he was born, right?
Can I explain that to you?
Well, yeah, I mean, I've seen the announcement. Is it fake?
Well, no, it isn't. Well, we're not sure of that. But number one, to make that announcement, you realize that anybody could be born anywhere in the world and have gotten a Hawaiian certificate of birth. Because any parent...
but I understand that, Neil, but to have somebody put it into the paper back in, when was it, 61 or whatever it was, it seems to me that if they were plotting from then for this guy to be president of the United States, that's implying a pretty interesting conspiracy, right?
No, that's not part of the plot. Here's the plot. A proud grandmother is told by her daughter that she now has a grandson, and she proudly announces this to the papers and said, let them know that I've now got a grandson. That's all it was. The announcement that was put forth in the papers, and it was the same one in both papers, so they both used the same call-in, or whoever notified the newspaper that somebody was born in 1961. There was no plans that 49 years later they were going to make him president. It was just to have that U.S. citizenship statement made. So there's no conspiracy to do that.
Here's the thing, Neil. You're obviously hip deep in this. Do you have a website or something where all this information is?
Actually, I'm doing all my work now through ObamaBallotChallenge.com.
ObamaBallotChallenge.com. All right.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, I don't want to get too far in the weeds on this thing, but I appreciate your having gotten into this. And as we get further down the road, I mean, I'm going to be asking these questions of the reporters I run across. We go to these primary states, and I see a lot of these reporters, and I think they ought to be asked. I mean, this is kind of stuff that seems to me to be pretty basic. When we vet all of the Republicans so thoroughly that we get Andrea Mitchell making stuff up about about Romney's ancestors being illegal aliens. I mean, we don't even know the actual facts about Obama. Neil, thanks. I appreciate the call. He sounded like he knew what he's talking about. All right, we'll take a break. 877-84-ROGER, back after this.
The only people who don't want to disclose the truth are people with something to hide.